In this lesson, we will look at how to join a spreadsheet to a shapefile in preparation for creating a thematic map. Start by navigating to your data folder and adding in the spreadsheet into ArcGIS Pro. Next, open your CSV file and review the attributes to make sure the data displays as you expect. This is your first quality control stage. Review all the attributes within the spreadsheet to make sure that the data is compatible with your mapping needs. In this case, we are looking to create a population map, and we need to make sure that the data contained within the spreadsheet reflects what we know to be accurate population figures. Once you're happy with that, open the attribute table of the shapefile you'll be joining the data to. In this case, it is the level 2 admin boundary of the country of Nigeria. You now want to compare the join column of the CSV to the join column of the shapefile and note the following. 1. The names of each, as you will need to know them when you perform the join. 2. The values in each column. For a join to work, the data types in both join columns need to be the same. In this case, they are both text values. Right-click the shapefile and select Joins and Relates from the dialog box. This opens a Join Tool dialog box. Your input table is the admin boundary, as that is the table that will hold the join. Your input join field is what you made a note of in the previous step. In this case, it is the name_1 field. Your join table is the CSV, and the join field is the state column. Checking Keep All Target Features ensures that no empty rows are returned and only rows that match the join requirements will show up in the final output. Once the join operation has completed, open the attribute table of the shapefile to check that the join was successful. Scrolling all the way to the end of the attribute table, you can see the additional columns of data added from our CSV file. Now, for mapping purposes, I only want to map population data from 2014 to 2016. Rather than delete any of the columns I don't want, I can simply hide them. To do this, I select the admin boundary layer in the contents pane. Then, in the data ribbon, under Select Fields. From here, I can access the properties of all the columns in my attribute table and further manipulate their display. I now choose to hide all the columns I will not need for my final mapping purposes. Once I have reviewed my data and I'm happy with the final output, I have to export my shapefile. This is because joins are not permanent. So to make a join permanent, you have to export it to a new shapefile or feature class. Do this by right-clicking the admin boundary layer and selecting Data. From here, I can export to a new feature or table. Select New Feature and the Export Features dialog box opens. Fill in the required parameters and click OK. Open the attribute table of the exported layer and examine it to make sure that the data in the table displays as expected. You can also check your output location to make sure that the feature class exported to the right location. If you can't see it initially, simply right-click on your geodatabase or your folder connection and select Refresh.